Greetings, AMCers. I'm John Campea. This Friday, October the 7th, the brand new film Real Steel opens at AMC theaters everywhere. Now, recently, I had a chance to sit down and talk with the legendary Sugar Ray Leonard, who did the fight choreography for the film for these battling robots. Check it out. One of the first things I had to ask you, the fights in the film look so great, but I have to imagine when you're trying to choreograph stuff like that it can't just look like two people fighting. I have to imagine there were other aspects because you're keeping in mind these are giant robots. What did you want the fight choreography to come across as, and what type of feel did you want it to have?
I didn't restrict. That's a good question, by the way. But I didn't restrict myself because they're robots. Because although I didn't know the capabilities of these robots, whether or not they could be like this or whether like a real fight. And when I saw it on the monitor, the replays, I was like, oh, wow, we can do more. So I got excited. So along with Gary, the other choreographer, we put in more moves, realistic moves. And I kind of gave the robots like their own signature move or style. And if a robot looks like a big bulky thing, it reminds me of a George Foreman, kind of boom, boom, because they all don't do like Adam. I gave Adam my style pretty much with the movement and the footwork. So it was so just thrilling and stimulating to work with this type of technology and this type of characters. It was awesome. With Hugh, I was really concentrated on making sure that when he punched, he had the look, he had the feel. He was committed to throw a punch, and he pulled it off. It was great.
There's a really interesting part in the film where Hugh is talking to Dakota, his son in the movie, and he's talking about the evolution of combat sports. And with the popularity of boxing and the importance that the art of boxing plays and the popularity of mixed martial arts these days, how do you see the evolution of combat sports going these days, especially in light of the future that we see in Real Steel?
Well, wow. I mean, it's almost scary, ironic the fact that this movie comes out when boxing is taking a back seat to mixed martial arts. Boxing's done that because boxing has gotten away from the basics. I mean, all of a sudden now you got just two guys who dominate the sport, Pacquiao, Mayweather,
right, yeah.
And the whole division pretty much. And there's no other rising stars or excitement or prospects that's really been strong enough. This movie here kind of gives you a taste of the drama and the emotions from whether it's a kid or the robot. It's just a combination of what boxing is truly all about. I'm glad you say the fact that these robots box more human-like than what you would, expect.
Now, you mentioned when you were working with Hugh, wanting to see that look in him. What was Hugh like working with and training and choreographing all this with?
Well, I think he didn't quite understand what I was trying to. Because I kept getting to his eyes and this and that. He kept saying, eyes. You supposed to show me this. And I kept saying, it's me, it's my eyes. It's like Muhammad Ali, his eyes. And until he got to the point, I think he kept looking at the screen, and he said he understood what I meant. That it was the eyes that really sold the move and sold himself as a boxer or as a trainer.
Real Steel opens in AMC theaters everywhere Friday, October the 7th, but there's no need to wait. Follow the links in this post to buy your tickets online right now. I'm John Campea for AMC Theaters, where movies live.